joints and allowed water penetration. The moisture was settling into the lower levels and was being absorbed into the stone. And then these bottom stones were spalling during the freeze-thaw of the seasons. It was then that I began reporting my observations to the county board and to the oversight committee, and I did this every year at budget time to keep them aware of the situation. I'm looking at you, Scott. It was during a conversation with a consultant who was working on another county project and found out he was a historical buff and he wanted to see the monument. We visited the site and he impressed upon me the need for action and that older monuments and structures need special attention. I needed to utilize the services of a historical preservationist mason. He gave me a recommendation of a gentleman from downstate. I reached out to him and invited him to the site, and he did so and suggested certain procedures and educated me on what it would take to completely redo the monument. During 2020, I strongly encouraged action as I felt the monument was deteriorating at a much quicker pace than previous. The board did appropriate the funds for refurbishment, and here in 2021, we have a completed project. Unfortunately, our mason couldn't be here today, but his name is Paul Castronova. He's from Mackinac, Illinois. It took him and his brother-in-law Bill is here, and also his son David. It took them approximately 2.5 months to chip out all the mortar joints and re-tuck point them. There's a number of stones that were replaced on it because the stones were literally cracked and were leaning or tilting. The monument had not had any attention for many, many years. At the base of the monument, when they were done and moved off site then, at the base of the monument, I wanted to do something to direct the water away because it was the water initially that caused the problem in the first place. So I put that trench drain in around it and have diverted the water. So as the water comes off the monument or off the parking lot now, we're funneling it away from the monument. The other challenge was the closest row of headstones was right next to the base of the monument, and the mason could not do the work with those in place. So I had to pull all 10 of those headstones, set them aside, and then reinstall them. And that was a challenge because I was not able to bring heavy equipment in here to move it. I didn't want tracks all over the place. So I literally removed each one by hand and then reset them. And when I reset them, they only ended up about 8 inches further out than initial. So I was very pleased with that. So that's all I have, but please express your thanks to Bill and David, his Paul's son, for what they accomplished here. Thank you.